Hello and welcome to Tuts Plus. In this tutorial, you'll learn how to rig a low-poly T-Rex model in Blender. Open the file with the T-Rex model. If it has Mirror modifier, press Apply. This will complete the mesh and remove the modifier. Also, in the Property shelf and in the Shading panel, I have enabled Texture Solid to see the assigned texture in solid view. Make sure the model is in the center of the scene. Select the model and press Alt-G to reset the location. Any new object you add will appear wherever the 3D cursor is. So press Shift-C to bring it also into the center. And press Shift-A to add armature, single bone. Press 3 in numpad to get into side view. Click on the armature properties and enable X-ray to see the bone through the model. Disable the widget as it can be distracting sometimes. With the armature selected, press Tab to enter edit mode. Right-click on the bone to select it. Press G and move it just above the back. Left-click to confirm. Press R to rotate. Select only the tip and move it inside the mesh. From this bone, the tail will grow in this direction, and the upper body on this side. In Display option, you can choose how the bones appear. I like to have them as stick. With the tip selected, press E and extrude a bone out. Left-click to confirm. This will be the pelvic bone. Press E again and extrude another bone for stomach. Similarly, extrude a bone for chest, 2 for neck, and finally 1 for the head. Now extrude out bones for the tail. Press Z to toggle wireframe mode. This way you can see how long a bone should be. Select the tip of this bone and press E to extrude. Extrude more bones for the tail, matching the mesh. Press Z to toggle back to shaded view. Now rename all the bones. Select the bone, and in the bone properties, rename the bone. I'll name this base. I'm renaming all tail bones as tail 1, tail 2, and so on. Select this bone and name it pelvic. This one stomach. This chest. Neck 1. Neck 2. And finally, this one as head. Press Shift-A to add a new bone for the jaw. Place it right at the beginning of the jaw. Move the tip at the front. If you switch to pose mode and rotate or move the head, you will see that the jawbone does not follow. The jawbone should be a child of the head bone, just like the head bone is a child of the neck. Go back to edit mode. Select the jawbone and in the bone properties, and in Relations panel, set the head bone as parent. Make sure it's not connected. Test this in the pose mode. Press Tab and switch back to edit mode. Press Ctrl-S to save the file. Left-click here to place the 3D cursor. Press Shift-A and add new bone. Move the tip to the knee. Press E and extrude new bone. Extrude again, 1 for the lower leg and again for the foot. Since this is a low-poly model, I'll not create bones for toes. Click and place the 3D cursor here. Press Shift-A to add a bone. Move the tip down and extrude bones for the front limb. Parent these limbs to the base bone. Either do this in Relations panel or directly in the 3D viewport. Select this bone first. Hold Shift and then select the base bone. Press Ctrl P and select Keep Offset. Similarly, select the arm bone, then the chest and press Ctrl P. Select Keep Offset to make the chest bone parent. Switch to the pose mode and test by rotating and moving the bones. In the Edit mode, rename those new bones. Select this bone and rename it as thigh.L. Use .L in the end of the name for all left bones. The right ones will be automatically created later. Rename this one leg.L. Lower leg.L. And this one as foot.L. Now rename these bones. This one arm or bicep.L. This one tricep.L. And this one hand.L. Hit 1 in the numpad to get into front view. Press B and drag select all the leg bones and then move them sideways to match the model. Do the same for the forelimbs. Press Shift-C to bring the 3D cursor into the center. Press Shift-A and add a bone. Hold the Control key and move the tip to the bottom and align it horizontally. This will be the root bone. Save the file. Make the root bone parent of base bone, either through Relations panel or by selecting them and using Ctrl-P command. This way, in the pose mode, the whole armature can be moved just by moving this root bone. Right-click on this joint and press E to extrude a bone. In the Bone Properties, under Relations panel, remove any parent, as we just need this bone to be at the tip of the shin bone. Rename it ikfoot.L. Press Shift-D and duplicate it. Move the mouse and place it in the front of the knee. This will be the pole target, that is, the bone where the knee will be pointing. Rotate it. Parent it to the IK bone. Rename it poleleg.L. Switch to pose mode, select this leg and click on the Bone Constraints properties. Click on Add Bone Constraint and select Inverse Kinematics. The target will be this bone, and as this is part of the armature, select Armature and Target. The bone will be ikfoot.L. Now, if we grab and move the IK bone, you see that the whole armature is moving in a wrong way. Only these 3 leg bones should move. So increase the chain length to 3. Now the IK is influencing only these 3 bones. Pole target will be poleleg.L. Adjust the pole value such that the knee is facing the pole target. Here it will be -90. Select and move the pole target to see the effect. Sometimes it's easy to pose or rotate the foot with the IK bone itself, instead of selecting the foot bone to rotate it. Select the foot bone, and in the Bone Constraint properties, press Add Bone Constraint and select Copy Rotation. In the target, select Armature, and the bone will be ikfoot.L. Select Local Space and tick all invert checkboxes. Now select the IK bone and test it. You can now place and rotate the foot with one IK bone. In the Edit mode, select all limb bones with the B key. In the front view, press W and select Symmetrize. This will automatically create bones for the right side along with constraints and with .r extensions. In the pose mode, test the armature. You'll see that the IK bones are not moving with the root. So parent the IK bones to the root. There are some bones that should not deform in mesh, like this pole bones and IK bones. So in the Edit mode, select the IK bone, and in the Bone Properties, uncheck Deform. Same for the pole targets, root, and the base. The armature is now complete. Switch back to Object mode, select the model first, and then the armature by holding Shift. Press Ctrl P and select Automatic Weights. Now select the armature and switch to Pose mode. Move and rotate any bone to see the effect. Some parts of mesh are deforming in the wrong way. Like if I move this tailbone, I don't want it to influence this area. This can be fixed with weight painting, where you can alter the influence of the bone on the vertices. In Pose mode, select the model. Select Weight Painting mode. Press Z to toggle wireframe mode. Select any bone to see its influence area, red being 100%, gradually decreasing to blue showing 0% influence. Press T to bring out the tool shelf. In the Options tab, check X Mirror. This will mirror whatever you do on one side. In the Tools tab, reduce the weight to 0 and increase strength of brush to 1. And just paint on the vertices you want to remove. Rotate the bone to check. Tweak and check each bone. You can assign around 50% weight to these vertices for both of these bones so that the deformation is smooth. Similarly, tweak the weight of other bones as well. Your sense and skill for weight painting will gradually develop with practice. Just paint with different weight settings and check the influence. Now check the thigh bone. Add or remove vertices from its influence. Check from all angles. Play with different weight settings on different vertices. For the teeth, we see that these vertices are assigned to jawbone. You can paint them blue, but few vertices are hidden. So there's another method. Press Tab and enter Edit mode. Select only the vertices of the teeth. In the Data Properties and in Vertex Groups panel, you will see that these are assigned to jaw. If the jawbone is not highlighted, click on it and press Remove. In Weight Paint mode, you can check them. Select the head bone. Switch to Edit mode, and with the teeth selected, click on the Head Vertex Groups, which is already selected, and then press Assign. Now in the Weight Paint mode, you can check that the teeth are assigned to the head. And that's it. The T-Rex model is now rigged. Save the file. The rigging process consists of two parts: the armature setup, which includes IK and other constraint setup, and second, skinning, the process of attaching the model to the armature and then tweaking the weight painting. Thanks for watching.